We felt that the CDM and its methodology or its MRV system could still of very high relevance for the future mechanisms. I mean, although it's still not sure what future mechanism would be, but some common features has been emphasized every time in the negotiation process. Like, for example, it should be real and measurable or verifiable. So we believe that in the CDM as highly tested as a MRV or the recognition instrument can still be very much used in the even post-2020 regime. Let me just give you an example of NAMA development. And we have heard from Dr. Gupta, okay, the NAMA could be the future for the many countries, so they have a good interest for that. I just show you there, here is one standardized baseline developed approved by the UNFCCC, has been used by the UNDP for the NAMA development of the country. It is the rice cultivation for the Philippines. Now people use this as kind of instrument or as internationally recognition for attracting the money from the donor parties.
I would like now to invite Brian Dean from the International Energy Agency, which will talk about priorities for action in the building sector.
Yeah, so at the IEA, when we typically look at energy efficiency, we actually start by looking at these emissions, and specifically the 2-degree and the 6-degree scenario. So the 6-degree scenario is where we're projecting global temperatures to rise, of course, based on business as usual. And so what we're looking for is what will it take to get to this 2-degree scenario. And so with that, what we're seeing is that there's a portfolio of actions. So buildings, of course, is a big portion of that portfolio. But we need, from the IEA perspective, we see that there's priorities across all of them. And so we need consistent movements forward in really all sectors. And you know, obviously I'm here to talk about the buildings one. Now the challenges that we see in the building sector, though, is that there's many cost-effective policies and technologies that are just not being adopted. The building sector is highly disaggregated. Decisions are happening at very local levels, and you know, every decision that everybody makes is changing the energy efficiency.
So the last presentation for today, but certainly not least, is from my colleague Martina Otto, which is the deputy head of the Secretariat of the Clean Air, Climate and Air Coalition, and she will talk about partnerships approaches as an opportunity for tackling climate change.
The Climate and Clean Air Coalition, 2 words about who we are. We are a partnership of now 104 partners, 47 governments, 45 NGOs, and 13 IGOs, international government organizations. And we have about 30 cities participating on a level, well, as actors, as we call them, and they're involved in the implementation. We have ICLE and C40, and as well UN Habitat, just to give you an idea how it links to the city's area. And we do take action through 7 sectoral and 4 cross-cutting initiatives. And you'll see there's one that's called BRICS, and we'll take you through that. So we're going one level further down, not the building as a whole, but looking at a building material. But then there are also other areas that are relevant for the city level. Diesel waste, the urban health initiative, where we look at the air quality aspects, but also the HFCs. We just heard energy efficiency, cooling in buildings is really important, and in the area under HFCs, we look at low global warming potential chemicals, so the HFCs, in cooling devices, but we also look at district cooling. We have one project actually that demonstrates district cooling.